Hey guys, welcome back to another clip of Schach-manuel-lernen. Today we continue with the series Basic Knowledge in Chess. Today with the topic to exchange piece, when does it make sense, when it's good for you, when not. And for that I prepared 3 examples for you. So as you know, knight and bishop are both have a value of 3 points. So normally you say when you exchange those two, it's something normal, nothing bad happens. However, there are some positions which is a trade good for you and sometimes not. In this position here, last move from black was going out of this pin. But now is the problem that this knight is only with the pawn protected. So if we capture here, he has to recapture, and now suddenly his king got quite weak. And in this case for white it's a good trade because, as I mentioned, he damaged the pawn structure in front of the king. So the idea for white is now queen h6, knight d5, knight f6, and deliver a checkmate on h7. So this is an example when it's good for you. Let's move on to the second one. Here are already some trades happened, and here a capture is also good for you. It's also an exchange again. Here the idea is the knight is the only piece that defends the d5 square. And when you capture it, he can capture with bishop. Here also notice that capturing with pawn is quite bad due to the pawn structure again. And when he captures with bishop, you're able to go to d5. The d5 square is really strong because he has no pawn to push you away, so it's an outpost. And in this situation, this knight is more valuable than this bishop because all the pawns are again on his color. Then a last example. Here we have a pin again. It's black to move. And this knight here is pinned. At the same time, there's an exchange of queens in the air. So this example is a bit more complex. If you make a trade now, it's not good for you because white has the bishop pair and in the center are no longer any pawns, which means the bishop pair is really strong in this situation. There's a Zwischenzug in this position. When you exchange the queens, now you can capture, and now we had it before, he has to recapture with the pawn. So his pawn structure is quite weak. And here you say it's an imbalance. Imbalance means he has a weaker pawn structure, but as a compensation for that, he has the 2 bishops. So here it's not quite clear who is better. I personally would still prefer white because I like to play with bishop pair, but it's not so clear. Here, this exchange here is optional. You can also keep the tension because it's still pinned at the moment. And yeah, so that was a small example when you should trade pieces and when not. It's not always as clear as it's in the first and second example, but you will find it out the more you have it. And with these explanations, I wish you a wonderful weekend. Have a nice day, and check out my website for lessons in case you're interested, and if you want to improve your chess. See you soon, guys.